Comic books.
What we like, what we don't like, and what's new.
Uncharted 4. That comes out on my birthday.
It actually doesn't anymore.
What?
I'm sorry, I just found out myself. I'm more heartbroken than you are, probably.
But that was a good birthday present.
It was.
Oh, well, all that and more on this episode of Watch,
Chat, Play.
Welcome back to Watch, Chat, Play. Since this is our first actual episode, the last one was getting to know us. I'm Cameron.
My name is Devon, and first and foremost, thank you guys all so much for the overwhelming response that we got from YouTube for sure as far as subscribers and views. We're almost, as of this moment, almost to 200 views on our first video, which is much bigger of a response than I thought that we were going to get.
Real. That's a lot.
As we said in the first video, we can't do this without you. Without you, we're just two guys sitting here in front of a camera. So thank you very, very much for all of that. We appreciate all the support and comments and stuff like that. And we'll actually get to some of that stuff later on, which is going to be kind of fun. So this is going to be our format from here on out. So last one, it was more free form. We were just asking one another questions and kind of talking. This is going to be more of our straight format. So we're actually going to start with a little bit of news about a little game called No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky is awesome. We finally got a release date for it.
Yeah.
June 21st.
Of this year?
Of this year,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
2016. I don't know if you're from the future. Let us know how the future is. But I've been waiting for the game for so long. It's what space travel games should be. You're hopping from planet to planet. There's a lot of hype behind this, which kind of made me skeptical. But now that I'm actually seeing that they have NPCs, they have like sentient beings that you can trade and interact with, I'm really excited.
And go into that a little bit more, because when we watched E3, it was just Sean Murray.
Sean Murray, yep.
So he was just at the demo, and he had the controller, and he was just kind of running around the planets, and he was more blowing up rocks and upgrading his weapons and seeing some of the wildlife. That's kind of all that we've seen so far.
And that's why I was kind of skeptical, because there wasn't anything else going on. It just seemed like a futuristic Minecraft in space, but now there's interaction. There's space stations that you can go inside of. There's buildings that are on certain planets that you can go inside of. And speaking of planets, we have this ridiculous number.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
So
this is a direct quote from Sean Murray, the lead developer. Is he the CEO of the company, or?
He's like the co-founder of
cool.
Hello Games.
All right.
Who's making it. So if you were to find a planet for every second, it would take you 585 billion years to find all the planets.
Yeah, go ahead. You take correct at it.
It is, oh my gosh, 18 quadrillion, 446 trillion, 744 billion, 73,709,000. Nope.
We got actual ones. It's a whole heck of a lot of planets, people. That's what we're trying to tell you.
Ridiculous.
Somebody told me that you can only picture a number as big as you can eat in Skittles. So anything bigger than the amount that you can eat in Skittles, you can't even picture.
Yeah.
So the sheer volume of this number is absolutely ludicrous. So do you think that this is a marketing scheme to kind of hook people in, or do you think this is legit?
I think it is legit, because they have this procedural generation thing that is creating the planets. They throw parameters at a computer, and then that computer kind of makes the planets. So they have rules for, beings can only be this tall if it's a snow planet, stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
And then it procedurally generates all these planets, and that's the number that they came up with.
So how long do you think before somebody finds a cheat or a hack or some way to visit all these planets?
I honestly don't think one person can do it.
Even
I
if
really
there's a
don't
mod?
think so.
You don't think?
Because if it's 1 second, you have to find a planet every 1 second, and it's still 585 billion Earth years to find every single planet. That's just, I can't even imagine something like that.
Because it's coming to PlayStation 4 and PC only, right? There's no Xbox content.
Nothing in the future.
So PC gamers have such they mod like crazy, like anything. So I'm wondering if somebody's gonna write some kind of program that will let them achieve that. Like their their character, even when they're not there, like a bot will make them travel to every planet like a planet a second.
That I don't know. That sounds, but 585 billion years. Even if they did that a second, that's.
Oh, that's true. So it doesn't even matter. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So the internet has never let me down as far as somebody being told that something's impossible and then them doing it. So
I'm sure someone will do it, and if you do it, if you're one of the ones that do it, let us know.
So you brought this up before we even started shooting. You said something about VR.
Oh yes.
Because VR is getting bigger. That's all we're hearing about right now. Like that's all anybody wants to talk about. So, No Man's Sky on VR. What do you think?
That sounds amazing. If they did that, I know Hello Games is a very small team, so I kind of think that it's been delayed so long because they were working on VR support with the PlayStation VR. That's supposed to come out sometime this year. We're hoping.
Mm-hmm.
And I was half expecting No Man's Sky to be a launch title with the PlayStation VR, like it came bundled in with it, which would be, oh my gosh, it'd be awesome. But I really think support will be there.
Okay, cool. Well, so we have a release date, June 21st.
June 21st.
That's today just announced it? Yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yesterday they just announced it. So, what happens if we get to June, and they delay it?
It's possible. Like I said, it's a super small team, and I mean they're working with that number of planets to make sure every single rule works out. And I don't know. It's very possible.
Because that leads me to my second thing. So Uncharted 4. I actually just picked up the Uncharted 4 theme controller today because I'm a nerd. I am 100% an Uncharted fanboy. Like that, Uncharted is my bag. Like I've done any short of the Vita because I've never owned a Vita, so I didn't play Golden Abyss.
So good.
I know. I've heard good things about it. It's done by a different team, but I hear that they still do a good Nathan Drake story. So I have the collector's edition bought and paid off. Like I did a thing a while ago where I had a whole bunch of stuff that I traded in, so I paid all that off last year. So they've delayed this on me, I think 3 times so far, like continuously delayed.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it might be more than, I don't want to say 4 because I don't feel like that's right, but I think this is the 3rd, maybe the 4th time that they've actually delayed Uncharted 4. And it's actually making me not furious yet because I kind of get how big of a game this is, and I know how hard software development can be, so I understand that you want to like release a good game.
Granted, it's only 2 weeks.
Yeah, but still, like it's just been delayed so many times. Like, why isn't it finished? What do they find? So I wanted to ask, like, in terms of delays, when's the point where we're just like, come on, this is unacceptable? If you're an architect building a building, you have a specific deadline, and you agree to those terms when you get that contract. I will build, the Sears Tower by X. And then if you don't, make that deadline, then there's fines and there's stuff like that. It seems like there's no punishment at all for a developer that has a delayed game. Like, it's not any cheaper. They don't give you any DLC. There's seemingly no consequences whatsoever if you delay a game. It's just the gamer is screwed. The retailer franchise that counts on that for whatever quarter that releases, it is what it is.
Shigeru Miyamoto had an amazing quote. A delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is forever bad.
Okay.
That says it all right there. If it's not ready, don't send it out. I'm trying to think of a really good example. Unity. Assassin's Creed Unity is a really good example. I feel like they pushed that game out and it was not ready to be out there because there was so much wrong with it still. They needed to work a lot of bugs out, and they decided to patch it later, which made the game review terribly. And no one really thinks of Unity as a good game.
Yeah, that was, I think Unity is still one of the biggest reasons that Syndicate launched so poorly, just because everybody was still so hurt from Unity's. I'm a diehard Assassin's Creed fanboy. I played every Assassin's Creed that they've made except for Rogue because I'd already moved to the PlayStation 4 at that point. But as bad as Unity was, because I bought it at launch, I was the guy who was posting screenshots of, I'm 20 minutes in, I'm 40 minutes in, I'm an hour in, and I still can't connect to anybody online, which is what it was marketed as, being an assassin with your friends until the game releases and you can't. So I was so skeptical about Syndicate because I didn't want to get burned again. So yeah, I get that. I get wanting to delay a game so it's good. It was just very, very frustrating. I want the game, and I want the game to be great. We talked earlier, so The Last of Us, they had delayed The Last of Us a couple of times. I think that one was only once, And I remember the developers talking about how big of a deal that it was for them, where they, you know, all these people are saying push the game out like it needs to be done, and the developers saying like it's not ready, so they delayed it, and then that ended up being a fan favorite for, I think, anybody who picked up a PlayStation controller.
That's one of the highest reviewed games that there are.
But saying that, should there be a point where if you're going to keep delaying the game, we should get a discount on it? We should get it for cheaper? Or should the price be consistent?
If anything, delaying a game and they're saying they're making it more perfect would make it more expensive in theory, wouldn't it?
Even though you told me that you were going to give it to me in, you know, November, and then in January, and then in March, and now in April, and now in May. Because it's like a verbal agreement. Like, it's on marketing. Like, if you go into any, like, retail store, I bet you're probably going to go in and see a poster that has a release date, and then you'll see a sticker over it because the release date says April, and now it's pushed to May. So even the marketing was set wrong.
Yeah.
So isn't there something to be said about that verbal agreement being broken?
I mean, if it's not ready, it's not ready. If they want to throw out a game that's not done, I mean, they have every right to and just patch it in later, but I don't, especially with like a Naughty Dog game, that's got to be perfect. They have high expectations. I mean, a game every single time for the past almost 10 years, E3 would come around and be like, hey, this is the year. We're getting Last Guardian.
Yeah.
And, well, hopefully this year. This year we're finally getting it. We know they're making it.
We've known they were making it for the last decade. That's not new. That's not news.
Oh well.
Well, so if Last Guardian comes out and it turns out to be trash,
Last Guardian will never be trash.
But what if it's all buggy and it doesn't work and it's all broken? Like, will you just be so frustrated, or?
Yeah, if it comes out and it's broken, there is no excuse for that. I feel like Team Eco would no more.
No more.
I'd be done with that team.
Do you think that would kill that company?
Yeah.
Okay.
It really would.
All right. Well. So I know a lot of people are frustrated about that. I definitely am. I'm still gonna get it when it comes out. We might do our first unboxing video with the Uncharted Collector's Edition that I have.
Pretty cool.
It looks phenomenal. So we'll do that. So short of talking about that, the next thing that we were gonna cover is comics. That was gonna be kind of our big thing for today.
Comics, yeah.
Comics are something that I got into way late. I didn't really read them as a kid. Growing up in middle school, I never really messed with them. It wasn't until I got out years later that I started picking up graphic novels, and I still don't really read comics all that well. It's just more big graphic novels and stuff like that. So I wanted to kind of talk about some of our favorite comics that we've read or stuff that we're into now. So do you wanna go ahead and start?
Sure. I'm gonna do some of the more recent stuff. We'll start with the one I'm in love with. It's the Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Sounds so lame. Come here. But it's really cool. Like in the first issue, I don't know if you're going to be able to see the covers or not.
Which, before we go any further, if you're interested in anything that we talk about first, just know that there might be spoilers, and I will kind of put a timestamp in the description to let you know when it's safe to kind of tune back in. If you see a cover and you want to read it, just hit pause and then look in the description, and then I'll give you kind of the time to click back in so you don't hear anything that we're going to discuss, because spoilers are huge for us as well, and I don't want to ruin anything. So sorry to interrupt, Bug.
No, you're fine. Okay. All I really wanted to cover was a scene in number 1 when Batman and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fight. It is super cool.
with each other? Or
yeah, they're fighting against each other.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like, because Batman has no idea who these guys are. He thinks they're some kind of metahuman, and they're trying to kick the crap out of Batman, and it's just not working.
Is he in New York or are they in Gotham?
They're in Gotham. I'm not going to get into any of that. I mean, there's only 3 issues at this point in time. We don't know too much about what's going on, other than that Shredder is brought over through this portal, and he is trying to get this doctor to open the portal again so Shredder can have both Gotham and New York. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Definitely check it out.
Nice. I like it.
What do you got?
Well, I'll go with the smaller one first. So I wasn't into comics all that much. My wife, myself, a really good friend of mine, and his fiance, my wife, we were in Chicago, and we happened upon a comic book store, and I picked up this bad boy by J. Michael Straczynski. And I'm a DC nerd anyway, so I picked it up because it had Superman on the cover. Ended up being one of the cooler stories about Superman when he was, like, not teenager, like more high school into college years.
Okay.
So it's cool because it takes him into all these different arenas. Like he's like an amazing football player. He's like really, really smart. He does all this other stuff. So he can kind of have any job. But the coolest things that Straczynski does, there's like a really cool moment with like a little pet that he has that I never, you hear about crypto, but there's like a thing in here about a pet, which is like a really cool story, and it was very well done. There's like 3 of these so far, and they're all fantastic. Like these are books where I sat down, and even though I was on vacation in Chicago and we were doing our thing, like I had to have all of these. So if they make a 4th one, I'm getting that. however many of these things he makes, like these are mine. So these are phenomenal stories. I definitely recommend them to everybody.
I've heard a lot about Earth One.
Very cool.
Did they do a Batman Earth One?
Yeah, which I have as well, but the Superman one.
Superman's much better?
I favor a little bit more.
Alright, next.
Oh, you're going to take it out of its protective sheathing.
Mainly because I gotta do this very carefully. Don't want to get the tape on it. Should have done this first. Okay, so Spider-Man Deadpool. Deadpool's huge right now, the movie. I mean, Deadpool's been huge forever. I mean, he runs the Avengers.
But the bandwagon is real, so people that weren't Deadpool fans before sure are now.
And this is great. Everything about it is hilarious. Deadpool, spoilers obviously, Deadpool has a hit on Peter Parker, but he's working alongside Spider-Man. It's ridiculous. But the main reason I got this one out is because in the back of it, you get issue 1 of the Vision. I had no idea what this was. I heard people talking about it. It turns out it is really cool. It's
like
about
Vision from the Avengers?
Yeah, the Vision.
Oh, cool.
He makes a family for himself. He uses...
Can I touch it? Is that
yeah,
okay?
Go ahead. But they combine their AIs to make their kids.
Oh, cool.
His wife's AI is similar to Scarlet Witch because there was a thing there at one point. But it's just them trying to meld into society.
So did he pass the Infinity Stones?
I really don't know that much. It doesn't go into that.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
But there's some really cool things that the whole family does. They have dialogue as very robotic, and there's a scene where they're talking about the difference between nice and kind, and it's real.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
Nice. It's a good one. I like that one too.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The second issue is the other one I have of Spider-Man Deadpool. Or the same.
Very good. Very well written. Nice.
Spider-Man Deadpool's awesome.
Yeah. Well, there's been a couple dialogue quotes that I've heard so far about potentially having Spider-Man in a Deadpool movie and how funny that would be. So I think that would be maybe in Civil War we'll see Deadpool cameo. No, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. All right. The last one that I'll talk about. It's another J. Michael Straczynski book. His work is amazing. He's been in so many things. It's called Midnight Nation, and as far as storytelling, really, really good artwork, this is a phenomenal story. Like, I'm not a touchy-feely person. I don't necessarily cry. I'm just not that person. But this is I'm going to break your heart into pieces, I'm going to set it on fire kind of story. The narrative is phenomenal. It's about a guy who ends up losing his soul, and then kind of the stuff that he does to try to get it back. So it's a cross-country journey, so it's him and this girl. Phenomenal story. It's such a good story. Yeah, the art style is phenomenal, and then like the monsters in it, like the story's really good. The ending is one of the more powerful endings. Like, it's a phenomenal story. It's so good. So if you're into graphic novels at all, really good stories, and it's thick, it's long, it's really, really good. I absolutely recommend it. And actually, if you want to borrow that, you're more than welcome to do so, because it's
done.
It's so good. Yeah, so I think I don't want to run all that long because we got something else that we want to finish off. So
I think that's.
So we'll wrap it up for now, and then we have hot headlines coming to you next, which I know is a fan favorite. That's the number one thing that we had commented on, and we were going to do it once a year. That was the original decision. Once we finished last time, So when we finished hot headlines last time, how did that work out for you?
So I was fine at first. Like, it was hot, obviously, but once it started to settle in my stomach, I had a really, really, really sharp pain, and I didn't know what was going on. I thought I was going to have to go to the hospital. But Spoiler alerts, I ended up puking back up.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
And I felt, my mouth was on fire again, of course, but my stomach felt better and I was good to go.
So we cut the video at like 4 minutes. There's probably another 15 to 20 where Cameron and I are just trying to stay alive.
We got the peanut butter.
We found out that peanut butter is vital.
I don't think I have any peanut butter.
I later had a email from my mom actually that watched the video, so shout out mom, who said, I don't use Twitter, but I know 2 twits when I see one. You should have had bread and you should have had milk. So thank you, Mom, for watching. So I really appreciate that. So it was terrible. It was a terrible experience. But you know what? It made you guys happy. So we're going to do it again. So
what was that?
Really? You didn't silence your cell phone?
I don't know what that was.
Really professional. So we're going to go ahead and end it now, and then we'll be back in a second with a little bit more of Watch, Chat, Play. To do. Cameron and I very, very specifically discussed how we were going to do this once a year. What you all felt, and I've talked to many, many people about this, that you wanted us to do this once a week. So I think there's a 51-week difference between what we felt, especially in our faces, and what you felt in the spot that makes you laugh a lot. So
you're sadistic.
You're a bunch of jerks is what you are. But hey, we aim to entertain. So we figured this week's Hot Headlines is going to actually be about you. Mm-hmm. So what you guys have either texted us or messaged us or anything like that. We have a whole bunch of comments that I put on here that we're going to try to read whilst we suffer the wrath of... So this is called Professor... PHARDT, Professor Fart Pounder's Colon Cleaner Hot Sauce. It is the, quote, elixir of, what is it,
capsaicin?
Capsaicin?
Capsaicin extremis.
Yeah. So the other one was 600,000 Scoville units.
Yes.
This is unlabeled. I have no idea what the heat is. Do you know why?
I honestly have no idea.
I don't know.
Someone gave this to me, so.
So that's nice that it was a gift. So there's no warning, there's no Scoville units, there's nothing like that, but I'll read you the ingredients. It's got Scotch bonnet peppers, it's got mustard, it's got modified food starch, healthy. It's got salt, onions, water, vinegar, turmeric, sugar, sodium benzoate, which is a preservative. So maybe this one won't be as bad.
I honestly have no idea what it tastes like or anything. Since it has mustard in it, I'm probably going to hate the taste of it.
Okay.
I can't stand mustard.
But I'm not seeing any of my red flags. I'm not seeing any ghost peppers.
Scotch bonnet peppers are pretty warm.
Oh, that's the... Okay, yes, I don't know what a Scotch bonnet pepper is.
I mean, they're not ridiculously hot, but they're...
I will say that I am legitimately looking forward to this in a way because I've been sick. So yesterday, I had no voice whatsoever. I completely lost my voice. I couldn't talk. It was a complete nightmare to be in school. So I was figuring if I at least took a spoonful of this, it would help to clean out all my sinuses. So,
snake oil.
So we'll see. So I will have you do the honors since you have the gloves.
May I have a knife?
Yes.
It is sealed. That's what the label looks like.
If you want to look it up. What we were discussing is since you like this so much for whatever reason that you do, if you have a suggestion for what kind of hot sauce you'd like, there's one of our viewers, Tom, he had a recommendation for some barbecue sauce, which legitimately we were actually interested in. So if there's something that you want to send us or you think that we would like, contact us via, we have Twitter, we have Facebook, we have Instagram. Mm-hmm. We have a PlayStation Network community. So if you have a PlayStation 4 and you want to hang out with us, we'll do most of our recruiting through that form. So if you just search Watch, Chat, Play in the PlayStation 4 communities, you could join us and then we'll kind of do our recruiting from that.
And have a live chat with us when we're playing something if you see us online.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was so Watch, Chat, Play, you've been watching us chat a lot, but eventually we're going to start doing Let's Plays and stuff like that. So that's why we built that PSN community. Yeah. So if you have an idea for hot sauce that you want us to try, I mean, send the recommendation. If you buy the bottle and send it to us, that looks crusty.
Oh, wow. It kind of looks like poop.
It's by a gentleman called Professor Fart Pounder. Oh, that looks disgusting.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that looks disgusting. But yeah, if there's something you want us to try.
Is there like an expiration on this?
Well, I think there's a preservative in there, so it can't go bad. It's like a Twinkie.
Okay, we're good then. Okay.
So thank you for watching Watch, Chat, Play. Please like the video, share the video. You guys have been amazing for subscriptions so far. Please keep it up. Tell your friends. If you like
Share
what
it,
you're doing, please share it with other people. We had a reader that said, why didn't you do a whole spoonful?
I don't think we should do a spoonful.
Alright.
So I really have no idea what we're getting into.
That's true.
It really looks gross, man.
That is actually disgusting. That looks like some straight...
Dookie.
the runniest...
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Well, at least it moves. The other stuff didn't move at all. Okay, so let's make sure that we're both on an even keel. I have way more than you.
Yours is just spread out.
So spread yours out.
I have more than you.
I don't think that you do.
Oh.
Okay, I want you to be... Can you see this? Because I want you to be able to read.
Okay. Who's going first?
Well, I think we'll go at the same time. Or as far as reading.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll try to run at it.
Okay.
Alright. So thank you for watching.
Clink it and sink it.
Watch Trap Play.
Bye, guys.
Okay. Comment 1 said, great.
Oh.
Oh, it's chunky.
What? It doesn't taste bad.
Comment number 1 says, great job, guys. That was from Danny. Thanks, boo. This other comment says, I brushed my teeth today, then tried warm water and it was refreshing. Bill, it is refreshing. And if you didn't watch the first video, every single one of you should try that. You brush your teeth and you get yourself a tasty glass of warm water, it'll change your life. It knocks your socks off. Oh
Oh no.
John says the hot sauce gig was hilarious. Thanks. Thanks. Can you read this one?
Okay. I'm choking on the chunk. Good start, guys. Should have done a full spoonful though. I subscribe. Hopefully you guys do well. That's from Sean.
Sean, is that what you want? Is that what you want? Does that make you happy, Sean? As a whole, is that what you want? Is that what it's gonna take?
Oh no!
So, guys, thinking about doing a podcast with some of your friends here next week? Keep up the good work. Ryan, we've discussed this.
I'm gonna one up you.
We don't know.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh.
Just drink it. You're just dripping. We don't know how to do a podcast yet. We've barely figured this out so far. I will say that this is nowhere near as hot as the last one.
No, but
this is still terrible, but this is nowhere near as bad as the last one. We might, when we make more content, do a podcast.
Oh god. Yeah.
Okay.
We got an excellent from Nate.
I think it's Nadia's.
Oh.
Nadia says, quote, excellent, unquote. Do you want to read this one from Chris?
Oh, Chris says,
my tongue is on
you guys should do this naked.
Here's the thing. No.
I mean, let me think about it. No, I'm not gonna have
Second,
it.
also no.
Wait. Maybe, no. Ah!
The goal is to build viewers, not push viewers away.
Well, we made it this time. I think.
Okay, we're done. Thank you all for watching Watch, Chat, Play. We'll have a break. We'll have a break-in with Cameron on Wednesday, and then we will have another full episode the following Saturday, unless the upload takes 8 million years, and it'll be on Sunday.
It's on my lips.
It
hurts so
it
bad
was the
on my
second spoonful that got
I
you.
got chapped lips. And
Real cool, Sean. Real cool, Sean. So thank you guys for watching Watch, Chat, Play. Watch, Chat, Play.
No.
And we'll see you next time.
Later, guys.
See ya.